Welcome to Spittin' Game. This is a new YouTube TV show that we're putting out. It's just us four right here talking about sports and stuff like that. So everything. So we're gonna talk today about the Metta World Peace James Harden thing, and a little bit about who we think should be MVP candidates in the NBA. So first we're gonna introduce ourselves.
I'm Michael.
I'm Kyle.
Corey.
I'm Brock.
Alrighty, so let's start with the Metta World Peace thing. First of all, to me, when he does it, it's just like James Harden. Is that his name? James Harden?
James Harden.
Yeah. So
yep.
he's all up on him right here, and then he still throws it, dude. It's like he
could feel him.
He could feel him.
Just get ready for an inbound pass. And the thing is, when I didn't watch it live, I watched the highlights, and afterwards, reading the comments by the other Lakers players, and like, oh, he probably just didn't see him. He was excited about making his shot, and I was like, this is exactly why I hate the Lakers.
I know exactly.
It reminded me of all the reasons why I hate them.
This exact thing right here is why this is the last time I'm referring to as Metta World Peace. His name is Ron Artest. I don't even care. He's known for punching people in the stands, punching fans in the stands. Should have been kicked out of the NBA then, is my personal opinion.
Kyle, you were telling me about how many years he's been suspended of his career?
Yeah, I was doing some research today, and I found out that in total, with all of his infractions, he's been suspended close to 3 years of his entire
How long has he been in the NBA?
3 seasons?
13 maybe?
Yeah, 13 seasons.
Well, it's like 20 games here, you know, 5
games. He was in jail for a year after the Palace of Auburn Hill scandal. So yeah, basically he should have been out of the NBA a long time.
Basically, crowning him a douchebag, which he fits perfectly on the Lakers.
How many games should he be suspended? You say indefinitely.
Yeah, well, this right here, I say throughout the playoffs. You know what? If they do 10 games, that's throughout the playoffs because the Lakers aren't making it past the first round. I don't think so.
True.
So.
And they lost to the Mavericks last year in a sweep.
Yeah.
Everybody keep that in mind.
Yep.
I'm praying for it.
And Kobe Bryant, on like before the third game, after the third game, he says, "Call me crazy, but I still think we're gonna win this." Dude, you're not freaking winning. You're not beating the freaking Mavericks when you're down 3 games in the freaking series.
I think
There's
to
no
be
way.
able to cinch another sweep by the Mavericks, I'm just gonna have to be T-bowing during the whole game.
Let's move on to the MVP candidates. So, who's on the list right now? Do we know that, Brock?
Carmelo.
LeBron?
Durant.
Carmelo's on it?
I think he
I think
is.
Carmelo's on the
I think
list.
Kobe recently moved up.
Kobe moved
Yeah,
up?
I think Kobe
Okay.
could be on.
Kobe's on it.
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash.
Every single year,
Steve
Steve Nash is on
just
there.
nuts. With the Kobe Bryant thing, I don't think he's consistent. This year hasn't been his best year.
True, but
So,
he is
like,
a consistent player.
He is a consistent player. He's consistently a douchebag. But
he's the most consistent
Because-
douchebag I know.
It goes back to what you were talking about last time. Kobe Bryant and the Lakers don't always do really well together. Like Kobe outperforms anybody in the league, but when the Lakers don't have him, they actually win more games.
That's where you start
So
thinking about,
that's
that's
part
where
of
you
the
start thinking
argument
about
as well.
candidates like James and like Durant, where they're actually, you know, revamping their team to actually be better.
dude, if you took James out of Cleveland, dude, they're freaking horrible.
Yeah.
Kobe retires, Lakers are still going to be the Lakers.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
I was kind of surprised that LeBron actually didn't win the MVP last year. Like Rose, he is amazing and probably the best point guard. I mean, the funnest point guard to watch. But you know, to go from having the best record in the NBA when LeBron was there, next season the team is exactly the same minus LeBron to the worst record in the NBA. Okay, how can you not say that's the most valuable player in the league?
Hey, let's not forget how crappy the Bobcats are.
6-game
Cleveland still
win.
has
What do you think,
I was
Brock? Is
just
it
writing
time to
about it.
empty out the lineup? Is it time to empty the roster?
Empty out the lineup, Michael. Empty out the lineup.
You can hear us if you're watching this,
Go
MJ.
recruit D-League players. You would win more games. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
I'm going to
Maybe
go ahead
if
and
you...
say Michael Jordan comes out of retirement, pulls a quick flyer, hops to a couple of teams, lands at the Bobcats.
Hold on. Give us the
5 more minutes.
Bobcats. Give us the Bobcats. We'll win 7 at least.
At
least 7.
Yeah. No, how
Send
about
the
just put us
Bobcats
on the
season.
Bobcats?
There you go.
We might.
We might win a few.
Brock can pass. I know that. Brock can pass. I'll I'll throw in Artest elbow all day long, dude.
That's me all day.
Artest might be available next
Dang,
year.
well.
Is Pierce and Carmelo, they're on the list. Is Pierce on the list?
I don't know.
I think if
There's
he's
not-
not, he
he's
should
not.
It's a
be.
sympathy pick, but
Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay. Hey, I got a question. If you guys were to do your MVP, like your own list, okay, what's your 4? Like, what's your 4, Kyle? What's your 4, Corey? And then what's my 4?
And your number
Okay.
and your pick.
Yeah, your pick. So
Yeah,
start
let's
first.
start.
Okay, go.
Okay, I'll go with Durant.
Okay.
Then I'll go with James. Then I'll throw, I would throw Rondo on that list over Kobe or Carmelo.
Okay.
I'll throw Rondo on there with the consistency. He's out right now though, isn't he? He's got like an injury. Maybe I would have thrown him on last week, but I'm going to still put him on because I like Rondo. He's a nice punk. And then my 4th, you know, I guess we got this joke going on with Gordon Hayward.
Me, it's players that you take them out of the team and they're not the same team. So Durant, I totally believe that if you take him out, they're not the same. Even though he has Westbrook there. Westbrook is great too. But I'd say James. I think he's that type of player. I'm going to go ahead and say Kevin Love. He's an awesome player.
That's
and,
really good.
You know, totally contributes to his team. 4th,
He has the most double-doubles this season.
Yeah,
Doesn't he?
he's consistently 2010.
He's got the
Almost
most
every night.
double-doubles. So
yeah,
that's,
he's super consistent.
I might even put Love over James. I guess if I go back to my list, you know, I'll shift Love. I'll
You
put
had your
Love
time.
right after Durant. I didn't really think of that.
Yes.
That's good. Keep going.
So, and then I really like Ginobili. Like, I'm really not a huge Spurs fan, but I think he's a great player.
For me, I'm going to have to say, number 1, most dominant player this year by far has been LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
I think what he brings to the Miami Heat, you know, he got the rebounding, the assists, the points, obviously. Second, Durant, you know, he's a game changer for the Thunder. I think anyone would argue that. Third on my list would be Chris Paul.
Chris Paul.
Because of the impact
Yeah.
that he's made on the Clippers totally
Yeah,
changed
that's
that
true.
organization.
Yeah.
You know, he's also almost consistently 2010, you know, points, assists. You know, he's a leader on the floor. And
overnight
then
they
my 4th,
became contenders. Like overnight.
exactly. Yeah, they're the new story in LA. And my 4th pick would be actually with Mono Ginobili, but Tony Parker.
Okay.
Tony Parker, he was healthy the whole entire year. Somehow managed to get an aging Spurs team to the top of the Western Conference once again. And I think this year in the playoffs, he's going to do a lot.
That's a great choice.
So
Yep.
that's my top 4.
Yeah, I'd go with James, Durant. I would put Kobe up there, even though I hate Kobe. Like, I hate him.
We all.
I hate him so good. But, you know, if I'm in a pinch, if I am in the last seconds and I need a 3-point shot in the last 10 seconds of the game and I could pick anybody in the league to be on my team at that time, I would probably go with Kobe, like, over anybody else. I mean, I think he's the best closer there is. I mean, who's playing right now. So, I would have Kobe, and I could see a tie between Chris Paul and Dwayne Wade for me.
Each one of you, biggest surprise this year in the playoffs. Who's going to make the biggest splash that people aren't expecting?
Ooh, don't start with me.
I'm gonna say right now, Jazz getting into the playoffs, and then I say win 2 games first round. Probably nothing after that, but I say win 2 games first round, whether they play OKC or Spurs. So I'm gonna say that's gonna be a huge accomplishment, and it's gonna be great for all the young players on the Jazz to get some playoff experience. So.
I don't know, I would probably say, I could see the Clippers being a big surprise. I could see them going to Western Conference Finals.
Really?
I could see that.
Okay.
Wow. I'm going to go with the Philadelphia 76ers in the
Yep.
East.
Yep.
They just barely clinched their playoff spot last night. They have a healthy Elton Brand, they have Iguodala, and they're hungry. I mean, they started off really hot at the beginning of the year. They've kind of trailed off, but I think they're ready for the playoffs.
Cool.
I'll go with
Nice.
Boston. Boston, it seems like every year, everyone always says, oh, Boston's on their last limb, and they're just not gonna quite be there. And then all of a sudden they win a series, and people are like, oh, well, it's Boston. You know, like, it's like everyone always is like, no, they're on their last leg. You know, but then all of a sudden, like, if they win, people are like, oh, Oh, well,
that's what they do.
That's what they do. They win because I mean they have such a great supporting cast with Rondo and Allen.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think Boston still has an edge to do something. I think there's going to be something that'll happen there. So
First episode of Spittin' Game. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the playoffs.